Resources Department, where I work on the solid waste reduction and recycling program. Tonight I'm standing in for Margie Greet. Margie is the Executive Director of the Colorado Association for Recycling, which is helping to host this evening's event. But unfortunately, she had a family emergency and can't be here with us. So on behalf of our sponsors, it's really my pleasure to welcome you all to the forum. Mark has a great deal of experience as a former radio news announcer in northern Colorado, and he's been involved in legislative affairs for the past 15 years in Colorado. So would you help me please make him welcome? Thanks.
I'll see if I can get the mic to work.
The lavalier is not working.
I'll figure it out here in a minute. There we go. Thank you for being here this evening. How we're going to proceed is, as you may have guessed, we're going to have two sessions this evening because we can't fit everybody up on the platform. So we're going to have 2-minute opening remarks from each candidate, and we're going to take about 20-25 minutes worth of questions from the audience, as Susie explained. Then we'll give each candidate 1 minute to summarize at the end. I'm going to introduce them office by office, so I'm going to start with Senate District 15, which is an area of Larimer County, pretty much all of Larimer County, I think, except for the city of Fort Collins. And so it's the area in Loveland and the rural areas of Larimer County. And Steve Johnson is a candidate who had to leave. Many of you may have met him earlier in the evening. He's the incumbent, and Steve had another appointment tonight, so he was unable to stay for the rest of the process here this evening. Jennifer Miller is with us, and she's been a policy advocate and worked on political campaigns, has a political science degree from Eastern Illinois. And Jennifer, why don't you give...
To hear some of our local candidates discuss the future of our environment and our economy. The topics of environment and economy are very closely intertwined, and this relationship is very relevant to the members of the Colorado Association for Recycling, like myself, because recycling is first and foremost an economic activity. This may seem like an odd statement to some people. Certainly recycling is also a very personal philosophy for many of us who want to help save the planet. But there are all sorts of businesses that go along with recycling, and in fact it's a very big industry, comparable in size to the auto and truck manufacturing industry in the United States. So it's important for people to understand that without the recycling plants and mills and the processors and good market demand from the manufacturing industry for our materials, our recycled materials, there wouldn't be any place for us to go with bottles and cans and paper that we put into our curbside bins or take to drop-off sites. Well, in addition to the Colorado Association for Recycling, 3 other organizations have partnered to bring this candidates forum tonight. They include the Associated Students of Colorado State University, represented by Luke Ragland, and I know there are quite a few students in the audience. We're really pleased with that. We also are partnered with Connected Organizations for a Responsible Economy and the Colorado Environmental Coalition. I'd like to take a moment to thank TJ Brown from the Colorado Environmental Coalition for his hard work to help publicize this event. The CEC is a 40-year-old grassroots conservation group whose mission is to preserve Colorado's natural heritage and quality of life. So please stop in and visit the booths in the back of the room later if you'd like to find out more about any of these nonprofit groups, because we would love to talk with you. And we would also be delighted to accept donations to help defray the cost for tonight's forum if you're interested in making a contribution. As you know, our purpose this evening is to provide you with the opportunity to direct questions to the candidates in our Northern Colorado region. It's very important for you to have your questions written down. We will not be accepting verbal questions. If you haven't already grabbed a couple of the index cards, or if you need something to write with, please raise your hand now or at any time during tonight's presentation. We have runners who will bring you the index cards and pens so that, again, you can write your question down. Please indicate on that card who your question is directed to or which district's candidates you are interested in having respond to that question. Mark Radke is our moderator this evening, and he will describe the the agenda in more detail momentarily. We are very appreciative to have Mark, who has volunteered to moderate this evening's forum.
Give us a couple of minutes to talk about yourself and why you're in this campaign.
Great. Oh, a microphone. Hi, my name is Jennifer Miller, and like he said, I'm the Senate District candidate, Democratic candidate for Senate District 15. I've lived here for a long time, for 10 years, and Larimer County is where I found my work. I found my husband and I found a lot of my friends, and one of the things that I want to do is give back to Larimer County because it's given me so much benefit and been so good to me. My campaign platform...
Give us a couple of minutes to talk about yourself and why you're in this campaign.
Great. Oh, a microphone. Hi, my name is Jennifer Miller, and like he said, I'm the Senate District candidate, Democratic candidate for Senate District 15. I've lived here for a long time, for 10 years, and Larimer County is where I found my work. I found my husband and I found a lot of my friends, and one of the things that I want to do is give back to Larimer County because it's given me so much benefit and been so good to me. My campaign platforms are transportation, because I think I just drove to Greeley this morning and the first thing that I saw was a brown cloud, and so I think that we can do better and we need to focus on our transportation maintenance as well as alternatives. I think that we need to focus on our K through 12 pre-K, preschool education as well as post-secondary education, and I feel that we need to focus on health care as well. I myself only got health insurance last year because my husband got a job that offered health insurance, and I know a lot of independent contractors that don't have health insurance as well. I think we can do better, and I think that we can serve Larimer County and Colorado better by providing health care options. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We go now to House District 51, and this is centered in the city of Loveland. And we'll start with, I'll just introduce both candidates and then they can give their talks. Jody Radke is a regional prevention consultant for a group funded by the Colorado Alcohol and Drug Abuse Division. She has a public health degree from Central Michigan and a master's in nonprofit administration from Regis. She's a former Vista volunteer and is currently a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Fellow. And her opponent in this race is Don Morostica. Don is a former Loveland City Council member. He is a realtor and real estate developer in Loveland, former teacher at Rocky Mountain High School. He has a BA from CSU and an MA from UNC, and also an Army veteran. So, Jody, if you'd like to start.
Sure, it's my pleasure. First of all, as Mark said, my name is Jody Radke, and I am so proud to sit up here as your candidate for House District 51. And it's really good to be here amongst friends. What Mark didn't mention, I've been a member of the Sierra Club since I moved here from Michigan. Very proud member of the Sierra Club, and actually sit on the executive committee of the Poudre Canyon Group, which includes Loveland, Estes Park, Fort Collins, and Greeley. So very proud to sit on that committee. And I consider myself a friend to the environment and definitely a champion and a steward in these areas, so it's really exciting to be here. Talking about my platforms, 3 platforms I'm very interested in. Mark mentioned a little bit about my background. I work in substance abuse prevention and I cover 12 counties, so I worked at the state level for the last nearly 5 years. Very familiar with policies and a lot of the systems and a lot of the inefficiencies that exist as well. The areas that I plan to champion in my campaign include affordable health care, strengthening and reassessing our education system, and then looking at creating sustainable economies, which speaks to creating renewable energy. We have opportunity to be a strong leader in this country. Colorado has a tremendous opportunity to do that, and we need community champions at the Capitol that are willing to really put leadership skills forward to be a strong advocate for the environment, and I am definitely that.